I've now moved to the south side of the cemetery, and this is row 6, I believe, and apologize. I used to, when I was in better physical condition, come up here with my scrapers and brushes and water bottles and everything and clean up the markers when I would visit, but I haven't been able to do that for some time now, and I need some younger bodies to come and help out. So now we're at the site of Grandma Ovadal's grandparents, Jerome's parents, Charles Henry Parks, and his wife Elizabeth Premo, also called Libby. And so again, another situation where two Parks brothers, Charles Henry and his brother George, who's buried up over here near the peak of the hill towards the maintenance shed, where they put out water for people that want to water plants, right in that neighborhood. He and his wife, his Primo wife, are buried up there. So Charles and Elizabeth and some of their children, infant children, are buried here in this row. So now we've got 3 generations of our ancestors here. Grandma Clara Elizabeth Parks Ovadal, her husband Nels Alfred Ovadal. Grandma was born here and raised here in Merrimac, and then the family moved over across the Wisconsin River to the Oki area and the Lodi area, and then after that Grandma and Grandpa got together. So here's Charles Henry, and here's his wife Elizabeth L. for Libby, we believe, Primo. And then just 2 rows from them, I believe, I think it's row 8, and bear with me while I'm huffing and puffing to get up here. I sure get out of breath easy. My hips hurt like crazy, so I apologize for huffing and puffing and taking so long. This is our 4th generation here. And this is Frederick Parks, who died after an accident in Baraboo, where he saved the life of another worker, but was injured himself, and the injury resulted in his death. And down below you can see Carolyn, who married someone else after Frederick died, but she wanted to be married to, or buried with, her first husband, Frederick. And it's my understanding that she reassumed her Parks name later in life as well. And on the other side of the marker, on what we would typically call the front side, down in the bottom, you can see Parks engraved on the base for this obelisk here. And then over on the side, we'll see information for 2 infant children that were born here, or buried here rather. Well, not infant. Albert J. was 17 years old, and William was an infant, about 6 years old, I think, or a youngster anyway. Okay. More of our ancestors close by are Elizabeth Primo's parents and grandparents in a little country woodlot cemetery. This road out here, take a left when you leave the cemetery, go towards the Baraboo Hills and the ski resort. So 1 mile to the left down the hill, and then there's a road that dead ends into this road. The name escapes me right this second. And you take a right there and go up a half a mile, and on the left hand side is a little woodlot cemetery across the road from a house where the gent that used to live there, at least would maintain the cemetery, do a little mowing now and then. And just inside the rickety old gate, there is no cemetery name. It's called the Hills Peck Cemetery by some accounts, named for a couple old citizens and landowners in the area. And we'll find just inside the rickety old gate to the right are the graves of our ancestors, the Premo family. There's a obelisk for Elizabeth Libby Premo's parents, and then right next to that to the right are, and his name is Joseph Premo, and to the right of that is Joseph's father Louis and his wife. So, all right, end the tour. Janet and I are going to try to get up to Devil's Lake. Well, we still have a little bit of sunshine. So there you have the tour of the ancestors on Grandma Ovadal's side. Wish I could give you a tour of Grandpa Ovadal's side of the family, but my poor health is going to prevent me from ever getting there, I guess. All right, love you all. See you next time.